University of Western Australia at the 2011 Consumer Protection Awards. Let's go in and find out what's going on. I'm here with Anne Driscoll, the Commissioner for Consumer Protection. Hi, and how are you today?
Very well, thank you, Mara.
Are you excited about today's event?
Very much so. Today is such a celebration of all the wonderful people in our community who do so much to protect consumers.
How does it feel to be involved in such a awarding and recognised award event?
It's really inspiring because this is about people in our community who might be part of a financial counselling outfit or perhaps are particularly interested in product safety issues, who are our eyes and ears for telling us when something's going wrong, and they come to consumer protection so we can do something about it. It's amazing what people can achieve just with the right attitude and lots of commitment.
We have all the finalists here, but what I want to know is how many candidates were there before choosing all the finalists?
Well, this year there's an unprecedented number of nominations, and from memory it's in the order of 30 different nominations, and across a range of categories, both groups of people working together, but also individuals who took that extra step and ran that extra mile. So a great opportunity to recognise groups as well as individuals. And of course there's a product safety award as well for people who've been particularly alert to dangerous products in the community and then prepared to do something about it.
So you're excited about 2011 event more than any other years because it had a lot of candidates?
Absolutely. And this year what also stood out was the fact that we had some nominees from the media also, because the media make such a difference to not only dealing with one particular problem but getting the message out to everyone so people are alert to what the traps are.
Can we just tell the viewers how old you are and brave?
I was born on the 18th of November 1925. You can work it out.
Beautiful. Rona, you were basically the superstar of this event. How do you feel for this year's awards and candidates?
I think when I was first asked to have the award named in my honour, I said no, because I didn't think that was a very good idea. But on second thoughts, I thought it was an opportunity for others who work in tasks which are sometimes quite discouraging to receive some award. And so this is the 7th occasion, and it's all been, the award winners have all been worthy, and I've enjoyed it.
Well, you have been awarded and recognised in 1999 for your efforts to the community, and now we have an award that's called after your name. How does that feel? How do you celebrate every single year that people are awarded with an award that has your name on it?
Well, I guess the celebration is here every year, and when we all get together, and yes, it's of great interest to me, and life has changed a lot in those years. A lot has changed. My personal life has changed, but also the world is changing rapidly.
From when you were doing a lot of community work, do you feel like 2011 has a lot of improvements since when you were doing a lot of work for consumer protection?
I think it's almost impossible for me to even comment on that, because once you leave the cold front and then you cease to sit on disciplinary boards, etc., you're not involved in that sort of area. But I know they're busy, and I know that they're worthwhile jobs they're doing.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for your time, and have a good time at this event.
I will. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm here with Minister of Commerce Simon O'Brien. Simon, tell us, how does it feel to be involved in such an amazing event?
Mara, it's a great pleasure to be associated with this. You know, this is the true community face of Western Australia, where today we'll be honouring people that of their own volition make a contribution by looking out for people that may be vulnerable and trying to help them gain the protections they need. So the Consumer Protection Awards are a special part of the calendar for my department, where we acknowledge those people that have been contributing.
Do you feel that over the years there have been a lot of improvement in the consumer protection communities and everyone that's been working on it?
Yeah, look, I'm rather proud of the work that our Consumer Protection Division does, and very pleased that we're able to work with so many other people in the community as well that are involved in their own right or as part of consumer organisations. Look, there's always going to be scammers and fraudsters out there. There's always going to be people that have a little bit of difficulty in working their way through dealing with issues, and perhaps they can be taken advantage of. So as a community, it's important that we reassert the value at every chance of protecting our vulnerable consumers and making sure everyone gets a fair deal.
Great, sounds great. And you're going to be on the stage giving out all the awards, so have a good time.
Looking forward to it. We're all going to have a nice lunch, and it is important that we just stop and do occasions like this to say thank you to everyone. So to everyone who is involved or thinking of getting involved, thanks very much for your contribution to consumer protection in Western Australia.
Thank you so much for your time.
Mara.
I've been with Consumer Protection about 15 years now and work in the policy and community education area, and the Consumer Awards are one of the initiatives that we've driven out of the education area.
How do you feel it has gone over the years? The first one was in 2004, right? So how do you feel it has evolved and improved since then?
Well, certainly it's grown terrifically in the number of nominations, and that's the thing we're really keen about, is to get more and more groups involved, and it's grown an awful lot in terms of the numbers. We've seen the addition of the Product Safety Awards over the last couple of years, so that's added recognition for children's safety, and this year for the first time we've opened the awards to local government organisations as well. So it's grown and spread. We've seen a lot of media involvement. We had a lot of media nominees this year, which is fantastic. We hope to see some winners from the media, maybe yourself if you participate. So that all goes towards spreading the message. And you know, the awards are really about two things. One is saying thanks to everybody that works in the community, often on a voluntary basis. And the other is just to spread the message about consumer protection, make people aware of our organisation, that we're there to help people, and that there's lots of other organisations out there to help as well.
Obviously there have been a lot of improvements, but what is still lacking? What can we do for next year?
Well, I think it's about spreading the message. We'd love to see continued growth in the number of nominations. We'd like to see people from areas that we haven't had represented yet, so maybe from the health area, where there are lots of consumer-related activities. We haven't had many people from that group. And I think that would be my big focus, is to try and get people from areas that we don't necessarily work with, but who are very much involved in consumer protection in one way or another.
So for example, alcohol and drugs, that sort of thing?
Absolutely. It's alcohol and drugs, community health arrangements, a lot of Indigenous health groups that are out there assisting their communities, things like asbestosis, those sorts of things, where you've got community groups that are working. Absolutely. So I think there's a whole lot of people that we've yet to get involved in the awards, and we'd love to do that.
What is your organisation and what are you doing for the community?
Our organisation is Consumer Credit Legal Service, and we represent all WA consumers in banking, finance and consumer credit issues, particularly those who are disadvantaged or suffering hardship and other issues.
How do you feel about the awards? Do you get a good feeling that you might win, or?
I think we've got a good chance this year, just the same as anybody else. I think the awards are a really good opportunity for people to have their efforts shown as well.
In terms of consumer protection, do you think we have been evolving and improving, or do you think that we still have a lot of spots that are lacking?
I think there's always room for improvement, but I do think that certainly legislation reforms and things have been working towards improving the general consumer law issues.
So in terms of that, what do you think that you'd be able to do for next year in terms of consumer protection?
For next year, we might be able to increase our capacity in being able to represent consumers, probably provide some more initiatives in terms of projects and things like that.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm here with one of the finalists, Iris Watt. Tell us, how do you feel?
Oh, very nervous, very honoured. It's incredible, and just among all these passionate people like myself, you know, and it's just a real honour to be here.
How does it feel to recognise and awarded for your work?
Yeah, I never expected this, you know, and I, as I say, have a passion to help the disadvantaged, and it's just, I just really feel that to see the difference in people's lives that you can make, you know, and just by giving them, showing them, giving them skills, new skills, and to just hopefully better their lives. Just being a finalist is really more than I expected. I just don't know. I can't describe with words, I suppose.
So what was your organisation called, and what did you do for the community?
It's Sussex Street Community Law Service, and it's in Eastwick Park, and I'm a financial counsellor, and I help people with debts and money problems, and to budget and give them new skills to make changes.
So you're here to accept an award on behalf of?
Daryl Yeater and Vicky Kelly from Halls Creek. Both of them are money management workers, and that means they work in financial literacy education. And the organisation they work for is Jungani Jutya in Halls Creek. And the two of them are outreach workers, and they outreach this enormous area from Halls Creek down to Balgo via Billaluna and Mullen. Well, they're helping people with money issues, and the people there's no bank in the town of Halls Creek, and there's certainly no bank in any of those communities. And so for people to access financial services is very difficult. I think consumer protection in remote areas, and for Indigenous people, particularly in remote areas, there's a lot to be done, a real lot. They're very vulnerable consumers. They don't know their rights, and where they do know their rights, they've got very little means of achieving them, and they do need a lot more advocacy. And I'm really happy to see Vicky and Daryl stepping in there on that advocate role.
We're going for a commercial break right now, but stay tuned for more of the 2011 Consumer Protection Awards. And thanks for watching Perth City Talks. We are at the 2011 Consumer Protection Awards at UWA.
The winner of the Rona Oakley Award 2011 for individual achievement is Linda Sabaramuto. I consider it a great honor to be nominated for this award. I also want to thank the Department of Consumer Protection for organizing these awards, as it gives the opportunity for people working in the community to be recognized. I also want to thank Rona Oakley for presenting this award. Thank you, and I also want to thank my family for their great support whilst I have been working with the community. I have been in Australia for 20 years, and I have worked at the Gossans Community Legal Centre for 18 years. So thank you everyone for participating in this award, and thank you.
The winner of the Richard Dick Fletcher Award 2011 for organisational achievement is Western Australia Retirement Complexes Residents Association.
My thanks go to our nominator, of course, Shelley Whittaker, the Principal's Legal Officer for Seniors Legal, who's been a great value to our members and two other people who also supported our nomination. Gary Watts from Freemasons Homes. We nominated him for Manager of the Year one time, so he just returned the favour.
Kids Safe WA Award 2011 for their contribution to product safety for children is the City of Stirling.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the Department of Commerce for this award today. It is with great pleasure that I accept this award on behalf of the City of Stirling. The City is proud to be recognised in its role for promoting child safety. Since 2005, the City's Child Safety Co-Restraint Program has evolved from the fitting service to a holistic program designed to raise awareness of the issues associated with the incorrect use of safety harnesses in the children's seats, and provide a free restraint and fitting and checking service at the City of Stirling. And we hold many of these during the year, and let me tell you, they are very well received from our ratepayers. We also provide a drop-off service for old and damaged restraints, facilitate restraints and fitting demonstrations and presentations of sessions for parents, because some parents are just not aware of how to do it. Of course, there in the City of Stirling, we promote this, and as I said, we get quite a few people that come along to these sessions. And also to administer the subsidised restraint scheme and utilise culturally appropriate educational skills to disadvantaged groups as well. We also provide training to members of the community to expand the restraints, fitting and checking network to ensure suitability. The City sees itself as a leader in the community of road safety and put itself on a pedestal, but to provide an example to other local governments. So other local governments, if you listen out there, please follow our lead, because it's the only way to go and make sure that we have a safer community. The City would like to acknowledge the efforts of the Kids Safe School and Drug and Road Awareness, Wellga Road Wise Program, the Community Road Safety Program, and also various other community groups within the City who are all an integral part of developing the City's Child Restraint Program. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much on behalf of the Mayor, the councillors, my co-councillor Stephanie Proud, and of course some of our staff members here. I congratulate them for the hard work they've put in to get to where we're going. Thank you very much, and thanks for the award. Thank you.
But as we see testament today, consumer protection is actually a fabric of the WA community. It is many shapes and forms, it's many people who come together in partnership, be it the organisation working the back of beyond, recognising serious issue that of course is confronting an individual but perhaps has repercussions across the board for others. We really need your eyes and ears to recognise the issues and communicate them to us, as well as the very tangible impact you make on that person's life directly. Of course, the same applies in the City. Sometimes the trust is truly with that local organisation that's there and accessible, and someone who doesn't seem too frightened to go and talk to. You too are our means to understanding what's going wrong, and we are so grateful for the effort and the outcomes that you achieve, often with a very, very small budget. Of course, the voluntary organisations that are very much too a party to assessing the emerging issues in our community and devoting so much time and effort into analysing our policy papers, etc., to make sure the future is in good stead. It takes enormous resources again to review and provide really informed and considered comment to the issues that we ask you to input to. It's important that I also acknowledge the very important industry alliances we have and some of the key members of the industry and various areas of retail that are here today. Again, it is important for the future of WA that we don't view issues with a single set of eyes, and that the issues that we consider and the solutions we identify are indeed the right balance and ensure that we have a vibrant economy going forward with creative solutions to solving problems. It's not all about regulation, which of course reminds me of the media representatives that are here today too. Often the media, of course, is quite rightly asking questions, but most often with consumer protection, the media for us is helping us get the message out, reinforcing people's rights, but importantly alerting them to emerging issues and what are the tricks that people need to be alert to. We are so lucky to have this cooperation and collaboration, and on behalf of all of the staff of Consumer Protection and indeed the community of WA, we say thank you to everybody that's here today.
It's fantastic to be here today, just to enjoy the award ceremony and the meaning of the awards and the whole consumer protection culture that they're spreading throughout WA.
What do you think of the 2011 winners compared to the past years?
Well, look, each year they're worthy winners. Each year we find that every year there's another worthy cause that someone has taken up for the protection of their community members. And once again this year we've had a fantastic number of entries, as you've heard, and a superb round of 3 winners in the KidSafe, the Rona Oakley and the Dick Fletcher Awards.
We've come to the end of the 2011 Consumer Protection Awards. What an amazing event where people get rewarded and appreciated for their hard efforts towards the community. Until next time, watch Perth City Talks with Mara Pamana. See you then.